everybody, it's Pajama. Check
After
this
Mom
out.
passed, I thought I couldn't stay here for another second. Mom left me something in the worry box. I think she knew I'd be heartbroken without her, so the list is her way of making me do stuff to distract me from my sadness.
Well, then there's only one thing to do. Complete every item on that list.
The Christmas checklist has gone viral. I linked the hashtag to your article and it's blowing up.
Can you honestly tell me that you don't see the impact of this gift your mom gave you?
I do see it, and the more I see it, the more I see her. Love is the legacy my mom left for me.
Hope I could be a part of it.
You already are.
What I need are love-filled Christmas stories.
You know, this would be great material for that article that you have to write. Did you bring me here to work a story?
I love a rom-com Christmas story.
Hey, everybody, it's Pajama Life with our final Christmas in July review of the Christmas checklist. What a way to end it. And today we have our buddy David here. Say hey to the people.
Ho, 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 everybody. Glad to be with you tonight.
All right, David, this is a really different kind of Hallmark Lifetime holiday romance kind of show. The Christmas checklist. What you thinking?
You know, I actually really liked it. It was a little different than what you would think.
Yeah.
As it went forward, but it had that same kind of initial kind of Hallmark. It's a warm chocolate cookie kind of. It pulls at your heartstrings and makes you feel good inside. I liked it. I thought this was fun.
And this one is a little bit different because it's actually a book by Lisa Hefner, who also did Sappy Holiday, which is on my channel I reviewed. But this is a little different because it has to deal with an issue not dealt often in these stories, holiday grief.
Yeah.
What happens when you lose a loved one during the holidays, and how does that make you feel and grieve? And there's a reason they call it the holiday blues. So what did you think about that aspect being brought out in it?
You know, I actually thought it was a very bold thing to do, and I'm not surprised that this was a book, as you tell me. I did not know that aspect, but it did feel kind of more like a depth that a book would give than just a typical manuscript. You know, I think it's important. I think there's so often there is such great pressure, and during the holiday season for a certain things to take place, and you never there's never more a time to feel like you need to be with people than the holidays. And when you've lost somebody, that's a huge hole. I thought that was a very powerful message in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
And again, inspiring and sweet and poignant and all of those kind of things. But I enjoyed this a lot. This was a really well done.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think we're seeing Hallmark is kind of upping its game a bit. And I think this is a good example of it.
Yeah. And Lisa Hebner, she also wrote the screenplay for this. And so she's kind of made her mark. Maybe we'll ask her to join us or something.
Oh, yeah.
That she's made her mark kind of in this genre and this inspirational kind of Christmassy story. She also lost her mom right before she wrote this novel. And so it's also kind of a cathartic kind of story as well. And then they threw in the little romance. I think some of the differences between the book and the movie, there's a really cute scene that is in the book about laying under the Christmas tree. And she's laying under the Christmas tree with Noah and looking up at the tree, and it kind of gives a nice effect. She said they took that out of the movie, but and the race of the male romantic lead has changed, which was really interesting, and it didn't take anything away from the story, and they really didn't even bring it up, which I was like, wow, that's great. So I think that the story is a much more, as you said, David, in-depth look at not everyone is able to experience Christmas as a joyful time. But certainly the messages about making yourself busy, giving back, being more altruistic, doing something you're afraid of.
Yeah.
And the several of the things on the checklist also could be therapeutic to help you during these times of grief, because grief has a way of making you, and depression has a way, and that was kind of alluded to, that she was depressed in the which is natural. She lost her best friend and her mom.
Yeah.
And so she's a little bit down. And doing this, her mom understood that by giving her some activities to do would help drive her out of this depression. And I think that also works in terms of depression, makes you feel like you just can't do anything and it hurts. Right. Physically, you don't want to move, you don't want to be around people, but that is the very cure.
It is.
For
it's also very similar, and I forget the name of the movie, but when I was watching this last night, it came to me. There was a Hilary Swank, Gerard Butler movie where his character had died and he left her these little things and to go and do. So it did kind of harken to that. I'm not trying to take away the creativity of the author here, but that was a similar kind of story, as you're taking on a bit of a quest.
Right.
To kind of, to kind of lose yourself in that. And there is something really, I think, powerful to say to that, whether it's giving yourself to something else or just getting out of yourself. If you can find the strength, and that's not easy. I think, we find depression is a real thing. It's not just, I feel sad for a moment. It can be overpowering.
Overwhelming.
Someone. Yes. Overwhelming. Even better phrasing there. And putting that into the context of the film too, and finding ways to get out of that, more than a funk, but that real serious issue that can affect somebody. So again, a lot of good things with this story. The racial aspect of this, and it being a non-story in the story, is a really cool thing. And I think there are certain stories that it's good to emphasize and highlight that this is being said and done. But also, as we move forward, it's like, oh yeah, and so what? It does, that's also a really nice message to see here too. And I thought that was very subtly and very lovely in the way that was portrayed.
And I think she stuck to a lot of the story in the movie is similar to the book. So a lot, and some of the passages are like right in there, and it fits very well.
Excellent.
I think that it's something that, but there are some fun things going on in it. And I think what was cute was the dog, Ruby, was such a cutie pie dog. I mean, who could be sad with that cute kind of dog? And I think that it is something the whole family can enjoy. And I think that this one, and I like the romantic triangle, how they resolve that, because, I thought that was really something different. Too, was that, sometimes you just outgrow someone. And it's time to move on from them. Many times people just keep that person because that's what they're familiar with, is comfortable. But that doesn't lead you maybe to ultimately find your true person you're supposed to be with. So I thought that was a really, and how they did it was really classy. I don't know if people break up that classy in real life.
No.
But if you are looking for a way to break up with someone gently, checking this out without crushing the person's ego, but still giving your exit strategy. This is definitely memorize these words.
That was the least believable part of the entire story. I think we should say that here. That was the least. That was the most science fiction. That was on Disney Plus kind of moment.
But at least it gives you a blueprint to kind of think about, okay, you know what? I need to go on and move on too. So a lot of different different messages, and I challenge you to look at the Christmas list and checklist and maybe try those out for the holidays. I think I'm going to try them out for the holidays and do something different, to give back, to try new things, and to appreciate what's around me. So I think I'm going to check out the Christmas list. David, are you in?
Okay, let's go through the list. All right, let's see what we can do on that this holiday season. All right.
And you out there, I want you to join us in the Christmas checklist and let us know in the comments below whether or not you were successful in completing the entire list. I'm going to try to complete it, and then maybe we'll do an update on the Christmas checklist progress in December.
What's the deadline? What's our deadline? Is it going to be the 24th, the 25th, or the 31st?
Let's try to do it by there are 12. I think it was 12 items.
Yeah.
So let's try to do it by Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. Challenge accepted. You all have to wait. Come back here. We're going to do the challenge. We'll see how close we come to this list. How much of a faker I'm going to be on what I do here.
You're not going to fake. You're going to do it.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I'll be checking you out to ensure it.
Accountability partners. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But I like that idea. And I love the idea of Christmas in July. I think it's a perfect time to be thinking about these stories and reminding us what the real meaning of that season is, and to try and have it all year long.
And as hot as it is, we're in a heat dome right now. It sure feels good to watch some snow falling, at least on TV.
That's right.
To kind of help trick your mind into thinking it's not 105,000 outside. So this is the most fun we have during July. I hope you enjoyed our Christmas in July. And if you do, share this and join us in the Christmas Checklist Challenge.
That's right.
And we will see you next Christmas in July, but we'll see you Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern for our regular Pajama Life reviews. And I hope you'll join us and subscribe to our channel. Sure. David, say goodnight to the people.
Everybody, have another aloha, ho, ho, ho. And hope your August is wonderful.
And we will continue on and see you next time. Take care. Bye.